were chosen as they remain green and lush in the dead of winter. The tree was Christianized as the paradise tree, from which Adam and Eve partook the fruit of knowledge, and was decorated with red apples, which were later replaced by glass ornaments. The founder of the Protestant faith, Martin Luther, was said to have been the first to add lighted candles to the Christmas tree. When Oliver Cromwell died and the English re-established the monarchy under Charles II, Christmas was once again allowed, but was never as popular as it had been in the Middle Ages. That is until German monarchs brought their love of the holiday to Britain. King George III's German wife, Queen Charlotte, threw a party for children in 1800, at which a Christmas tree was the centerpiece. Queen Victoria, whose mother was German, had grown up with a Tannenbaum. An illustration of Victoria, her German husband Prince Albert, and their 9 children gathered around a decorated pine tree spread the cheerful tableau around the nation and made Christmas trees a staple of the holiday in England. The growing middle class that resulted from the Industrial Revolution made Christmas a more child-centric holiday involving gifts and toys and visits from Father Christmas. The English took to the Christmas tree with gusto and trimmed their trees with witch balls, blown glass baubles which were originally used as fishing floats. They became associated with witches in the 17th century when witch trials in England were at their height. Suspected sorceresses would be tried by throwing them into water. If they were guilty, their bodies would reject this second baptism and they would float, just like witch balls. In the 17th and 18th century, witch balls were popular household decorations, often hung in windows and sometimes filled with herbs to ward off witches and other evil spirits. So they were a handy decoration when the Christmas tree first came into the home. Europe has many legends about nocturnal gift givers at Christmas time, probably springing from the wild hunt of Odin. Some, like Sinterklaas and Christkind, are benevolent, but many are downright terrifying. Iceland's Yule lads play pranks on families. The Netherlands' Zwart Piet is a racial stereotype who stuffs naughty children into a sack and drags them back to Spain for punishment. Germany's Belschnickel whips naughty children who are unable to recite their prayers or solve math equations. And Krampus is a straight-up demon who terrorizes and whips naughty children in the Alpine region. You can get a more in-depth look at all of these legends in this video. Parents have long been using Christmas gift givers as a way to reward nice behavior and threaten punishment for naughtiness. The most recent incarnation is the elf on the shelf, who is said to be vigilantly watching children and reporting any unpleasant antics back to Santa Claus. This creepy, Big Brother-style monitoring is bound to make you a little paranoid. With the winter wind howling outside, Christmas celebrants have long gathered by the fire to frighten each other with ghost stories. Phantom tales have been a central part of the winter holiday since the myth of Odin's wild hunt in ancient times. Jerome K. Jerome wrote in 1891, "Nothing satisfies us on Christmas Eve but to hear each other tell authentic anecdotes about specters. It is a genial and festive season, and we love to muse upon graves and dead bodies and murder and blood." In 1843, Charles Dickens wrote the most famous Christmas story of them all, A Christmas Carol, which is also a chilling ghost story. Miserly Ebenezer Scrooge is confronted by the tortured soul of his deceased colleague, as well as the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and yet to come. And they terrify him into changing his ways for the better. The fabulous tradition of horrifying your friends and family with ghost stories on Christmas Eve seems to have been partly forgotten in the dazzling sparkle of the Hallmark holiday. But there is still plenty of modern Christmas horror fare for the stout of heart. Check out this video of my top 12 scary Christmas movies. Though condemned as a decadent and sinful holiday by early European settlers in America, Christmas eventually gained popularity in the U.S. thanks to immigrants bringing their various holiday customs to the melting pot nation. New Yorker Washington Irving, author of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, wrote several popular stories with Yuletide themes. December 25th was declared a national holiday in 1870, and Christmas has been an integral part of American culture ever since. Americans put aside drunken revelries with a strong whiff of paganism and child-punishing nocturnal home invaders for a more wholesome, family-oriented celebration of gift-giving and happily ever after. But there is one modern American Christmas tradition that is totally brutal: Black Friday. This 21st century invention of door-busting sales on Christmas gifts, held the day after Thanksgiving, encourages thousands of shoppers to line up before dawn and push aside fellow shoppers and their humanity in order to be the first to get their paws on that shiny new thing. Since 2006, Black Friday sales have resulted in 117 injuries and 12 deaths. Some might say the mass commercialism of the holiday season is the scariest thing of all. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment your thoughts, and check out my other royal history videos.